building a bridge from investment to the dreamland. Are you ready to build that bridge that will connect you from just the mere resources, the mere investment, to the actual sport, to the actual place you want to be? If you are, if you are in need of knowing how to build this bridge, then join me in this episode of Get Impeccable. Hello, amazing people. Hello, beautiful people. Hope you all are doing so well. You're welcome to another splendid, insightful, lovely, adjectify, the best adjective you can give, phenomenal episode of Get Impeccable with your host, me here, Precious and Dean. And as always, I am so honored, humbled, glad, delighted to have you all present here with me. In this episode of Get Impeccable, dear people, we are going to be learning, getting information on how to connect ourselves from just having the resources we might consider not important to get into the dreamland, to get into achievement. So, we are going to learn how to maximize the resources we have to get to the point we want to be. So, join me in this episode of Get Impeccable. So before we start, imagine this. Picture yourself on a certain hill called A. On that hill, you have all the raw materials, all the resources, the skills. Yeah, just picture yourself. You have you're on this hill filled with raw materials like skills, um, connection, certain resources you have. And you might find them maybe a little bit limited, but you have certain raw resources. You you have another hill opposite, which call it hill B, in which is found your dreams, your achievements, your goals, your future, where you want to be. Okay, but there's a little trick. Between hill A and B, there's a big separation actually between these two hills. Now you have a ladder or you have a staircase that leads you easily into the middle part, which is called the valley. Now, that valley is almost uncertain, but you know it's flat and just a flat valley down. So you can easily get yourself from hill A down into the valley through the staircase. But there is no direct connection from the valley to hill B or from hill A to hill B. By the way, hill B has a very steep gradient or slope, and the sides are super smooth. So it gets tricky there, right? So you have to make a choice. You cannot stay on hill B. You must move. You can either choose to move to the valley or you choose to move to hill B. Now, what will be your choice? The valley is so comfortable to get to. Consider it as a point of survival. While hill B will take a lot. So we are going to learn how we are going to get to hill B because we all have dreams, we all have motivations, we all have aspirations and somewhere we want to get to, right? So let's do this. I hope you've been able to imagine vividly, constructively, based on my descriptions. Okay, guys, what this actually tries to tell us is like it really gets difficult sometimes, most of the times, actually, transitioning, moving from one level to another, whether it's up or from high level to low level or low level to high level. It's it even gets even trickier when you're even getting to a higher level. Why do you say so? Because it's always almost easy for us to settle for surviving. I'm surviving, just survival. It's almost always easy for our minds or our brains to choose to survive. Because the way our minds or our brain is wired is like, let's just survive. Let's be safe. Let's not take the risk. What if we lose the money? What if we so it kind of blocks that pattern or blocks the space of innovation, of, you know, discovering a different part of yourself you never knew about. So, guys, so dear people, we get to realize that most of the times we want to settle for just surviving, survival. We don't want to take the risk. If you're asked to start a business, you're like, what if it fails? What if the money goes to waste? You just keep thinking of the reasons why it won't work. Now, the reason why we bring this up is because most of the times also we really get to see how valuable are the resources we currently have at our disposal. And I'm going to use say a brief story of a video I watched about a young boy from Masai. I think if you know Masai, it's found in Kenya. So this young boy, you know, the Masai people and the lions of the Masai region, Masai Mara, they live commonly like almost harmony. But his story wasn't that of harmony because the lions started attacking their cattle. So attacking their cattle, it posed a lot of issue. Either they had to kill the lions or they lose their cattle, which the cattle mean money to them. So he had to maybe try ways. He made scarecrows. It didn't work out. Then he tried. There was a night when he discovered that the lions were scared of, a blinking light approaching, like an approaching light to them. So when he discovered that, he now decided to use the old batteries, switches, connectors to actually make this blinking light. So he doesn't necessarily need to be there to, put the blinking light for the lions to see and run away at night. So he just made that, kept it in front of their house beside the cattle and the cattle herd, and yeah, and the lions. That totally solved the problems they had with the lions, and they went back to harmony. This is a real story you can take on TED Talk. So this innovation of this boy led him to make TED Talks at the young age of 13. So what I'm trying to say is we all have resources, and no matter how small your resources are, it's always easy for you to see it as it's not that valuable. But the moment you consider what you have as valuable, that you believe you can invest in it to take you to the point you really want to get to, then you realize that you are getting to the point of B. So, how does it take you to get to the point of B and not settle for survival, which is the valley? Start by investing in what you have. If you're a communicator, find out ways to improve in your communication skills. Find out ways, get into programs, on organize maybe petty talks. That way you get to improve yourself. If you see yourself that you have the leadership potential, why don't you get into leadership, or why don't you, do something to get you somewhere? That way you're creating a bridge, because take for instance, where you are right now is not where you were maybe 6 or 5 years ago. You are just an amalgamation of who you have been for the past days, years. Then at this point, it has brought out you the way you are. So please invest in yourself. If you want to get to point B, invest in the potentials you have. You must be able to see yourself, your potential as real opportunities to take you where you are. Gone are the days when we had to wait in our homes for opportunities. Right now, in the 21st century, a lot of things are changing. So you just have to be able to make your opportunities. You have to be able to create your own doors, knock, create and knock your own doors. You get create and open your own doors. I'm part of this organization called Open Dreams. Big shout out to Open Dreams. I mean, there's a way in which they organize your mind such that you see that you don't really need to wait for opportunities. You go make your opportunities, create them, start, no matter how small it is. Start, and do not settle for just mere, so don't settle for mere survival. Don't settle for average. Don't settle for a little salary or peanuts. There is more to you. So you have to structure your mind to always remember that you deserve better. Till you see that, then you might just settle average or the point of survival. Okay? So, what do you think? How relevant are your skills? Do you think remaining average is the best way for you, or just surviving? Share your thoughts in the comment section to let me know how you feel. How has this episode been for you? What suggestions will you give for Get Impeccable? So, guys, until next time, please remain open minded. Please create bridges, not walls to your goals, not walls to your dream life, not walls to impede you from getting there. Because you are who you think you want to be. And when you just see yourself that you can't, it's impossible, I don't have the money, the financial capacity, well, you might just remain average. So please, let's go building bridges to the persons we want to be. Until next time, I remain your humble host, Precious Andine. Please do like, do share, do subscribe. If you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, what are you waiting for? Join the community, people. Until next time, remain blessed, keep growing. Bye.